All right, so in this video, we're gonna keep talking about how to solve systems that might not be set up perfectly at the beginning, and we're gonna do that using the substitution method now. So you're probably coming to this video directly after the other one, so if you didn't take a break, take like a 2 or 3 minute break between this, that way you can kind of separate it in your mind and take a breather before you watch another 10-minute video. All right, but the substitution method, all right, we know we're taking like a y equals or an x equals and plugging it into the other equation. Of course, that's not always going to happen from the start. So now we need to manipulate the equation, kind of change the equation a bit in order to use substitution. And the way we do that is just solve one of the equations for a variable. You're not solving it completely because there'll still be other variables in your solution, but you're solving it to the point where it's like when we did substitution the first time. All right, so let's look at an example. All right, 3x minus y equals 4, 5x plus 2y equals 3. There's nothing to stop you, if you see this on the skill check or the practice, from multiplying the top equation by 2 and doing the elimination method. But this is the different method. Some people prefer one over the other. It's also helpful to see both methods because sometimes the problem is kind of set up to do one over the other. All right, so we're going to do the substitution method. So what I need to do is pick one of these 4 variables, right? There's 4 different variables I can see to solve for. Generally, one good hint is that the variable that does not have a coefficient in front of it, has no number in front of it, is going to be the least amount of steps to solve because it's not going to give you any fraction. So what I'm going to do is solve for this y right there. Right, so I have 3x minus y equals 4. I want to turn this into y equals, because as soon as it's y equals, then it's set up just like our substitution problems. All right, so how can I do this? I can get this y by itself. All right, so what I'm gonna do is add y to both sides. And then subtract 4. And there's multiple different ways you can do it. I just did it this way. All right, so 3x minus 4 equals y. All right, but now we have the important part. We have y by itself and it's equal to something. So now we can take that and plug it into our other equations. Now this bottom equation, 5x doesn't change. 2 doesn't change, but now we know that y has to be equal to 3x minus 4. And just like we saw in that substitution video, make sure you use your parentheses because now this is going to become 6x minus 8. Right, combine like terms, add 8 to both sides, and divide by 11. All right, get down to x equals 1. Again, with all our other systems, stuff that's only half the answer. So now x equals 1, we could plug it in here. We could plug it in here. But when you're doing the substitution method, the one that's actually in the least amount of steps is plug it in to your y equals part, right? Because you already have it solved as y equals. Right, so now we're going to take that and y equals 3x minus 4. Just 3 times 1 minus 4. It's going to give me -1. So my final answer is 1, -1. And good idea to check your answers. 3 plus 1 is 4, 5 minus 2 is 3. All right, so that answer, that order pair works in both equations, which means that is my final answer. All right, so substitution method, doing it by yourself when it's not necessarily set up like that. You're going to pick one of your variables and solve for it. Again, there's nothing wrong with doing any of them. My just general advice is if you can find one with smaller numbers or no number in front of it, it's just going to be less steps to solve. All right, so keep that in mind and try to solve this system of equations. And here's my solution. Again, as always, there's multiple ways to do this. Just the way I do it isn't the only way to do it, but kind of taking my own advice, I think solving for this y is going to be the least number of steps because there's no number in front of it. So it turns out that y is 3 minus 2x. I take that and plug it in for that y there. Distribute and simplify. I get x equals -1/2. Plug that in for that x there. And again, simplify to get y had to be 4. And again, just double check that, make sure that works in both equations. All right, and the last example, all right, is just to solve this system. Again, this one is only slightly different because it's not as obvious which variable you should choose from the start. But it might be kind of worth it to take a second at the beginning if you're going to do substitution and think about what variable is the best because then you might solve yourself. I think the hardest one to do would be this x here, because 3 is a coefficient that's way different than all the other ones. I think the one that I would pick in this situation is this x here, because when I end up dividing by 2 at some point, I'm going to have a 4 and an 8, which divide nicely by 2. Again, there's nothing wrong with doing a little trial and error or just kind of working through the fractions, right? But sometimes you can save yourself a little bit of a headache if you think about which one's going to turn out the nicest. So I'm going to pick this top equation and solve it for x. So I got to get that y on the other side. Oops, not equals 8, that's plus 8. And then I get x all by itself, and I have to divide by 2. I'm dividing everything by 2, so I'm going to get x equals negative 2y plus 4. And that, again, is going to go into my other x there. So 3 times negative 2y plus 4. Make sure you distribute. Combine like terms. Subtract from both sides and divide on both sides. So I end up getting y is negative 2. And then I'll plug that into my x equals part. Positive 4, which is 8. So looks like I found answer should be 8, negative 2. Is that going to be right? 16 minus 8 is 8. 24. That does not look like it's going to be right. What did I do wrong? Oh, and I found my mistake. And this is why it's useful to make sure you check your answer. So I found my mistake, and my mistake is right here. I had negative 6y plus 2y, and I combined that to 4y, but that should be negative 4y. So now I'm going to have to erase everything after that and fix it. And so from, oops, I don't know why it's not letting me erase. Nope, that's not right. That's not right. Let me erase. All right, well, for some reason, it won't let me erase, so I'm just going to kind of cross this stuff out. All right, and do it from there. So now I had negative 4y plus 12 equals 4. Negative 4y equals negative 8. And y is positive 2, not negative 2. And if I plug that in there, I'm going to get x is negative 2 times 2 plus 4. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. So my right answer, hopefully, is 0, 2. So let's check. 8, 4, yep, that's right. So 0, 2 is the right answer. All right. So again, just another thing of showing where small mistakes can happen. All right, I added a negative 6 plus a 2 and got positive 4. That's obviously wrong. It should be negative 4. All right, but I found my answer because I tried to take this answer and plug it in, and I saw that it didn't work in the second equation, which means it can't be the solution to my system. So then I had to go through and figure out where I made a mistake. That part is actually sometimes kind of complicated, looking through your own work to diagnose your mistakes. All right, but try it. It's really good practice to figure out where you went wrong. But now that is the right answer down here, 0, 2. All right, now this is actually the time where you're going to go do practice. So we'll do a multiple choice question. All right, which method do you think would be less steps? All right, again, you can do either method anytime. You can always do substitution or always do elimination. All right, but generally the problems are set up to where one is going to be less steps. All right, so which one do you think is less steps for this system? Again, now that you've learned the substitution method and elimination method, now you can go on to the practice for this learning objective. And again, once you're comfortable with the practice, you can do the skills check. And again, just as a kind of instructions, I'm not going to tell you on the skill check to do elimination or do substitution. I'll just say solve the system. So just kind of make sure you're comfortable with at least one of them, knowing that sometimes the problems are set up to make one more straightforward than the other. All right, but now you know both methods. You should be able to practice these problems.